Really?
Within the endless darkness are scattered countless bright lights, like a
Nebula. I wish you would read first. I had a hard time. She has a really weird nuance to her.
But those lights are not stars. Each one is the light of life, the gleam of man's souls. This is the world inside people's hearts. A place where every human's consciousness is connected and can be traced to their origin. Every memory since dawn of man, even those on the ladder of evolution, slumbers here. Some think of this place as a sea, and they may be correct. Depending on how deep you go, you can see this world's endless landscapes and innumerable faces. Where I stand now is one of its furthest depths, a domain that has existed far before life became sentient, or even took form.
So far, this is the last story, isn't it?
Here, there's only darkness and death and the radiance of life. I come here at times, for a very important objective. Suddenly, a patch of darkness surges and undulates. The pitch-black surface swells with a tar-like consistency and quickly takes the shape of a giant arm.
My, it's rather stout compared to before.
Just as good and evil are products of man's heart, there is a negative force here in the Sea of Souls that tempts man to corruption and destruction.
You only hear one of them. Just one bad kitty over there.
Though one person's malice may amount to little, there are billions of people in this world. It's actually common for a monster capable of destroying mankind to develop without anyone realizing. This is one of them. Though it was only an arm at first, it quickly develops into an enormous human-shaped torso. It roars with resentment, sending shocks throughout space where up and down are fluid. The monster raises an enormous arm that could tear down a mountain towards the heavens. But it suddenly stops. Something is blocking its movement. I am, to be precise. You might think I'm nowhere on the scene. In truth, even the monster may be thinking that. But I'd like your direct your attention to the fingertips at the end of the giant's arm.
I'm not sure where the arm is supposed to be.
Even closer than that. Keep going, closer, all the way to the index finger.
There. Do you see me now? Have I forgotten to introduce myself? My name is Elizabeth.
I fix my gaze upon the two lights that seem to be the monster's eyes, but it twists away, trying to resist.
Do you wish to behold death that much?
I grab the monster's index finger, and in one motion, I flip its immense body and throw it into the air.
Well, where the heck were you when I was fighting it the first time?
The monster cries out in agony, and the area quakes again.
Oh dear. It seems it won't be easy for one of this size. I cannot damage the world of everyone's hearts, and I hesitate to make a scene in the real world either. Time for a change of scenery.
I open the elegant grimoire in my hand.
Grimoire? I don't know how to say that.
A large blue magic circle forms behind the thrown monster, swallowing the gargantuan figure. I follow it in. Continual turbulent streams of light and darkness flow past the monster and myself. Eventually, I
We
speak
will
up.
soon reach our destination.
Another magic circle opens in an altogether different kind of black void than the one we came from. The monster is spat out there, and when it collides with the surface, a tremendous cloud of dust rises. I emerge from the magic circle at second and rise into the air. On the horizon beyond the monster, I can see a deep blue sphere.
Did you put on the moon? You did! I am psychic!
Yes, this is the moon. Good job, Damian.
Now, I had promised to show you death. Your fate is in the cards.
A figure appears behind me, bearing several
The
coffins.
god of death, Thanatos. What do you think?
The light of the star shines off its drawn sword and gleams bewitchingly.
Was it to your liking? Well then, farewell.
It flings the sword down at the monster's head. Against the fearsome size, the board was barely larger than a needle, but the sword's merciless sharpness pierces far beyond the blade's length. The monster's body slices apart like wet paper.
What do you mean, what happened?
With a final death cry, the monster slowly dissolves and evaporates into black mist. A deafening silence returns to the area. To break the quiet, a tune plays on my lips.
Velvet, oh velvet.
What the heck?
I create another magic circle in the air and step through it. I shouldn't remain long in this world without any real objective. This is not the world I belong in, after all.
My master has a large nose.
Oh god, I do remember this. It was kind of dumb the first time. Stop singing that, Elizabeth.
I was once a resident of the Velvet Room and served its master. The dark blue cloth I wear is still from that time. All the residents have their roles, but they are also on a journey. We help our guests grow as people, and through the help we offer, we come to understand the ultimate question. It's the fundamental question of, who are we?
Thinking back on it, I spent so many days like that for such a long time. I had thought that it would be impossible to change.
But 2 years ago, I finally reached my answer. One's identity cannot be sought out. It must be forged for oneself. It's something you build, little by little. People call the freedom to do so potential. And by mastering it, people develop their unique identities. That is the understanding I came to. So, it seems to me I should believe my own potential and wander in pursuit of my desire. It wasn't a hard conclusion to come to. That is why I abandoned my assigned role and departed on my long journey. I have set an objective for myself. To defeat the monster I fought a moment ago, once and for all. I vanquished it then, but that is only temporary.
It'll surely resurrect within the year again, and I'll go through today once more.
Yeah, it seemed to be such a burden on you.
That monster was born from the twisted wish arising from the lack of substance in people's lives.
So that does raise a question. Did Elizabeth have to put down Erebus during the final throes of Persona 4 as well? When everyone was wishing for death and being like, man, Into the World is awesome!
It slowly stagnates and seeps out.
I have no idea who you're quoting, so I can't do their voice.
If this is life, then bring on death. Desires like that are what give it power. And that giant black arm tries to free death from its prison. It can never be left to act on its aims. But as long as people continue to wish as they do, the foul feelings will congeal and will revive endlessly. To truly defeat the monster means to change people's hearts. That cannot be done no matter how much one improves their skill in battle. I do not currently know how this goal can be attained. It may be that no one in this world knows yet. Some do, and unknown miraculous power will likely be required. That is why I travel as far and wide as I can to broaden my horizons. Since I have only interacted with guests of the room, I'm sure the scope of my knowledge is far inferior to a single human's. But there are infinite places for me to explore. I'll travel to each one and satisfy my natural curiosity.
Scene 1. Well, it's been a while since we saw that.
Now, that's why I have come here. a double check on the danger scale situation that I just recently discovered.
I place my hands on my hips and believe it to be standing firm before me. Before me is what seems to be a replica of a building in the real world.
I sense multiple Persona users gathering. It's once in a blue moon that one discovers a place like this.
Are blue moons actually rare for people in the Velvet Room, or do they see a blue moon every single night?
I'm sure I can learn some interesting things here, or something along those lines. In any case, I, Elizabeth, can scarcely keep myself from getting involved.
For someone with a physical...
Whoa, Cat! Leave the mic alone! Yes, I know you love me.
For someone with a physical form to step into the realm of the mind would be for them to enter an even more abstract place than the Velvet Room. Normally, it would be impossible, and even if it were, it would be very, very dangerous without a firm will. For it to occur at all is intriguing enough, but on top of that, those people are mainly Persona users. And not just one or two. There's no denying that something truly extraordinary is happening here. Broaden horizons aside, I can't resist taking a closer look.
And to answer that, to get to Elizabeth, you have to... I believe you have to finish a cliffhanger of either one of the Persona 3 characters. Or it may be the exact same as it is to get to, through. You have to do, like, a Persona 4 character and a Persona 3 character completely finished before she'll show up. Because I want to say she showed up after I finished Akihiko's cliffhanger.
When I get a closer look, I see a nameplate reading Yasagami High School at what seems to be the main gate.
This building, is it a school?
The school building before me looks aged, and I narrow my eyes.
It seems somewhat old-fashioned compared to the school I have experience with, but it has its charms as well.
Well, yeah, Guardian, but who did you do? Was it Mitsuru or Igus? Because I'm thinking you have to finish a Persona.
This is what they call animalist aesthetic.
Wow. I don't know what just happened to my visual. Sorry about that.
Animalist? Bestial? Anyway, something along those lines.
That'd be minimalist, silly Elizabeth.
There are bizarre decorations as large as the eye can see inside the building. Was this school always thus adorned?
These decorations... Could this be the fabled school festival I've heard tell of? A festival is where one toys with the lives of goldfish in a scandalous game. One can also enjoy a combat simulation with close-range shooting tests using sniper rifle fire into the interior of stalls.
What the hell is she talking about?
Ooh, I'm starting to get excited.
Looking up, I spy a large sign dome with vibrant colors.
We won Grand Prix. Could this be a fighting tournament? This isn't why the Persona users are gathering, is it?
No sooner do my suspicions arise than I sense the first presence within the school and turn towards it. Come, challenger, I wave my arms about in anticipation. But something seems a bit odd.
That lady over there.
Please stop
Is
meowing.
she not a Persona user? Regardless of that, I sense something out of the ordinary.
Yeah, that's probably going to be Labras.
When I close my eyes, I can tell that while she maybe appear to be a human girl, something about her is amiss. I sense an unnatural disconnect from her memories and consciousness not seen in most people.
Is she truly human?
Now that I'm here, I can sense powerful combatants gathering one by one. If such power were to be used to its fullest in clashes of skill, the result could be life-threatening. This place is not meant for such a girl. If she were to drawn into this, then in the worst-case scenario...
Were I still my old self when I only lived to play out my role, I would leave her be. But I am different now.
I make my way towards the girl. As I approach her, I begin to hear voices. It seems that she is calling herself the Student Council President. I stride down to the end of the hallway where she is walking, directly into her view. The girl gives me a slightly questioning look, but no more. She comes towards me guilelessly.
Hey, excuse me. You got some reason to be at our school?
Up close, I can tell at once. No doubt the girl is not human. Yet she seems to be under that impression. The original residents of this place seem to believe that she is as well. But of course, that is impossible. The disconnect I sensed earlier must be related.
Could someone have tampered with her memories and psyche?
No matter how unusual her circumstances, such extreme gaps in awareness are no mere figments of the imagination. It's possible, but normally those with a distorted view of reality have equally distorted emotions. And I do not sense that in her. Her emotions are in balance. Only her memories and awareness fall short, like a coupe de ballet falling behind a soloist. I fix my gaze on the girl before me once again. If she did not come here of her own will, then the events here may be more sinister than I imagined.
Are you sure this is how things should be?
Huh? What are you talking about?
I am a wanderer who only stopped here because I sensed great power gathering. I am in no position to give advice, but... This place will soon be caught in a bit of a fracas. If you continue to avert your eyes from everything, I think it will have an impact on your life in the near future.
My life?
What you choose is up to you, but I believe there are factors preventing you from making the right choices at the moment. I couldn't bring myself to just stand by and watch as you lost your life before my eyes. That is why I came to you, so I could give you one last chance.
She has most likely forgotten who she is. I sense something shining, slumbering deep in her heart. It's a glow of a bond. No one who has been a resident of the Velvet Room could mistake it for anything else. Before she forgot herself, she must have had strong feelings about someone, or made a promise to them. But I'll leave her to remember what it was. I hold out the Persona Compendium, as if handing it to the girl, and open its pages. Light streams out from it and washes over her. The light dispels on the girl's false image, the illusion that made her seem human, though she is not.
Huh? What is this?
Her true form is revealed as a gleaming mechanical body. Her arms look as if steel plates are covering them. The girl frantically pulls at them to try and tear them off.
It won't come off. What gives?
My, what a robotically cool body. It is apparently meant for battle.
Hey, you! What did you do to me?
Nothing in particular. Well, considering that you are meant for battle, I shall briefly be your opponent. During that time, why not think back about who you are?
Huh? My opponent?
Oh, I forgot that Labrys and Elizabeth fought here.
Most likely, I will not get through to her with words alone. Only by being forced into a conversation will she finally be able to understand. She already knows how to use the steel limbs which she supposedly never before
And away
seen.
we go.
Final. Fight!
My attack. What you have here is some freeze. Thanatos. You are seeing. Have a tornado. Here are guns of wind. Ooh!
Okay, stop doing the same attack over and over.
Time has come. Round and round. It's time to be judged.
Ba-da-ba-dum-bum-bum-bum. I do really like Labrys's theme song. Maybe my favorite theme song.
The girl collapses powerlessly. I sense a soft touch during the battle. She should have sustained no... Oh, used a soft touch. She should have sustained no injuries. Probably. Still, the girl does not stand back up. Apparently, due to mental rather than physical stress, her own arms and legs had turned metallic. Yet, in the heat of battle, she was able to use those foreign appendages with ease. If she truly thought herself to be human, that would have come as quite a
That
shock.
should be enough. I'm sure you realize now that you are not human. There must have been an important promise that could only be kept in that guise. That must have been your reason for living, whether it's worth losing that or not. I ask that you give it serious thought.
An important promise. My reason for living?
Her potential will be unlocked through self-reflection. That was how it happened for me as
Now,
well.
it seems the tumult of trials is about to begin, in which case, I bid you good luck.
I close the compendium in my hand. Pages rustle as they meet. By the time it shuts, I am already far away from the girl. In my absence, the illusion is again in my place, giving her the appearance of a human once more. She may consider what happened to be a daydream, and that is quite all right. My intention was to give her an opportunity to awaken to the truth. What she eventually decides is up to her. But that aside, there's something else on my mind. The girl I fought looked human, but wasn't. It is rare for such a Vince as I, with an unimaginably long lifespan, to meet someone like her. Yet, she is the second such person that I have known. The other was also a guest of mine once. She, too, resembled a human girl. I can sense her power somewhere here as well. Most likely, she is here for reasons having to do with the girl I just met.
What an intriguing event. More so than I had first imagined.
Though I came here on a mere whim, this truth may be an unexpected fruit. Perhaps I'll discover something important. My interest peaked even more now, and I decide to go further in. When I do, the bustle of voices reaches my ears. Is that a cheer? One of the monitors nearby turns on after a cheer dies down. It's showing a girl in a school uniform.
Ladies and gentlemen, is everyone ready? It's time to get our program started. I, Bissette, will be your commentator. Please, hold your applause. Oh, you're too kind, you're too kind. Well, with things starting to heat up now, the General has a few words for you. The mic's all yours, sir.
Next, a person who seems to be the host takes the girl's place. Actually, person may be incorrect. The intriguing fluffiness and tantalizing round body.
Well then, I'm proud to announce the opening of our very own P1 Grand Prix, presenting the manliest of all men,
This is more of a to-do than I thought.
I keep watching the video with some upbeat music playing.
Is this an introduction to the contestants?
A number of girls and boys are introduced at a steady pace. I hadn't seen any of their faces before, but they all appear to be Persona users. Each of them is tagged with a mocking epithet.
Carnivore who's discarded womanhood, the blood-curdling beefcake emperor, the sister complex kingpin. Are these signs of their willingness to cast aside their pride in pursuit of victory? I wonder if they're not casting aside a little too much. This is a rather novel idea.
There's no denying that those with power are gathering here for the tournament. The video comes to a close. Since I came here on my own whim, I am obviously not featured in it. How unfortunate. I catch myself pouting my lips.
Should I officially enter this as well? Oh, but if the manliest of all men are the ones called for, I cannot participate. And again, I distinctly spotted a woman or two in the introductory video. Then I shan't concern myself with such trifling details. I shall soldier on.
The next time the host appears on the monitor, I will make an entreaty. If he turns me down, I will resort to force. Very good. My mind made up, I began to walk through the school.